26-yard line, the Bucs bring 4. Prescott escapes, throws on the run, throws an interception to Winfield. Antoine Winfield Jr. stays in bounds. Lost a couple of yards along the way.
Look, I think it's fair to say that we all watched last week's game, where the Cowboys season sadly came to an end when they matched up against the 49ers on a Sunday night divisional game, where two of America's most hated franchises in the NFL kicked field goals for the entire 60 minutes. I mean, all we really saw was which team had the better kicker, and I don't think we needed that question answered, especially after the disaster class of a performance that Brett Maher had the week before when he went up against the Bucs. I mean, how could I not talk about it? Brett went ahead and made history in the worst way possible, missing like 4 kicks. That has to be a playoff record. But let's just get back to the point of the video, which is Dak Prescott. And speaking of QB1, let's just say he didn't have the best reaction to Maher struggling. Yet when Dak throws a pick, ain't no one on the sideline throwing a hissy fit. Just saying. And speaking of Dak struggling, that is exactly what happened when Prescott played the Niners just a few days ago. I mean, obviously a team's failure doesn't ever just fall onto one player. The whole squad struggled. But when you're the QB of America's team, you're going to get the most attention, either win or lose. You feel what I'm saying? And what I really want to give attention to is how the Cowboys heavily struggled when it came to capitalizing on red zone opportunities. Now, the Cowboys didn't have any type of problem pushing the ball down the stretch of the field. But the thing is, when Dallas needed a clutch moment, the offense as a whole didn't provide. And honestly, if we're going to be playing the blame game, then we might as well look at Mr. Offensive Coordinator Kellen Moore, for the reason that Dallas punched the ball into the end zone a total of, oh, that's right, 1 time. Now, what exactly went wrong during each red zone opportunity? Well, during the first half of the game, Dallas found themselves in striking range, with Elliott and the gang getting the team to the Niners' 18-yard line. And the score was still 6-6 at the time, so it was anyone's game. Only for Dak to do Dak things and throw an interception right into the hands of Niners linebacker Fred Warner. Now, could CD have had better hands when the ball was being thrown right at him? Maybe, but that wasn't Dak's first interception in that game. Nope, by that time, Dak had already made his second pick, since his first one basically came off the rip. But honestly, we shouldn't be surprised with what Dak's been doing, because he's been doing this all year, with Prescott leading the league in interceptions this season, which is crazy when you consider how many games he's missed. Yeah, 15 picks in 12 games is a crazy ratio. And if you thought his struggles were ugly in season, well, just wait till the off season, where things might just turn from bad to worse for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, Prescott's been the guy under center for America's team the last 7 seasons, and how much success have they found? Let me think. Well, there was that one playoff game back in 2018 where the Cowboys brought down the Legion of Boom. Now, they did win that one with Dak Prescott, and then they went ahead to get eliminated in the very next round to the LA Rams. Hell, that wasn't even his worst playoff run. Nah, that would have to go to Dak's rookie season, where the Cowboys found themselves with a first round bye, so they were like good, and I had a shot to win the whole damn thing, especially with a talented roster. But the Cowboys just had to be the Cowboys, as they fell to another playoff choker in the form of Aaron Rodgers. Now, no one really brings up Dak's first playoff run because he was a 4th round rookie who had pretty darn low expectations heading into the season, but as soon as his rookie year ended, those low expectations flew out the window, and ever since then it seemed like Super Bowl or bust for Jerry Jones' boys. And let's just say there's been a whole lot of busting and a lot less Super Bowls being won in Dallas. In fact, the Cowboys have only found themselves in the playoffs a total of 4 different times, which isn't a lot considering Prescott's been there longer than half of these QBs have been in the league. Just saying. Since we're talking, I want to bring up the fact that Jerry has told the media multiple times at this point that he has decided not to move on from Mike McCarthy no matter what, and that the head coach's job is going to be secure, which means that if the team's not getting a new coach, then what will change from now to September that makes his team good enough to reach the promised land? My opinion is looking at different candidates for the QB spot. I'm talking trading for one of the big ones this offseason. And if I were Jerry, I'd get on that ASAP because there aren't a whole lot of talent out there on the market this year. For starters, Aaron Rodgers might be in the QB carousel this season, but then again, no one really knows what A-Rod's gonna do until he does it. Not even his boy Pat McAfee. Plus, even if he somehow does become available, there is no way the Packers are trading within the conference. So Dallas could get crossed off the list. Next, there's Tom Brady, who is a free agent and could go anywhere he chooses, but the problem with that has to be father time. I mean, the guy's in his mid-40s and has more gray hairs than whoever's coaching him. Now, the positive thing about the GOAT is that even at his ripe old age, I'd argue he's an improvement from Dak Prescott. Not long-term, but right now, maybe, yeah. And he might just be the key to finding all that success Dallas has been looking for since Tom Brady entered the damn league, you know? Finally, there's always Derek Carr, who's coming off a real long and strenuous stretch with the Vegas Raiders. But if we're being real, Derek Carr is just Dak Prescott with some eyeliner on. You could put makeup on some mid, but they'll still be mid. However, with the boys, both QBs might just need a change of scenery at this point. So why not just kill one bird with two stones and send Carr to Dallas? I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are used to going from mid to mid. That's kind of what they did with their coaches when Jerry really thought that Mike McCarthy was going to be a massive improvement from Jason Garrett. But that's just me. Alright, enough Cowboys talk. I'm over them. I'm not talking about them until they make a move, honestly. Alright, deuces. Catch y'all next time.